guys, welcome back to the Not Basic Homestead. It's Steph. Welcome if you're new here, and thank you for the ones that follow me. So one of my big things that I did that I might have bitten off more than I can chew is I was at the local farm stand. It's from a little farm out of Columbus, Nebraska, Daniel's Farm, and I saw they had a case of 20 pounds of tomatoes for canning. As you guys know, my tomatoes haven't really been coming through, so it's okay to supplement, all right, guys? It's okay, and support a local farmer. You know, they need the help too. This is what they do. So what I've been doing so far is just processing these tomatoes. I probably should have processed them the other day because some of them got a little bad, but it is what it is, okay? So I've been cutting out the cores and the bad spots and putting X's on them. And then I've been, which I've got to get this bowl out or whatever, but then just letting them cool. And when they become okay to handle, I put them in an ice bath here. Ice is already melted, so I'm gonna take these out and renew the water because it's warm, but you just peel the skins off, okay? So when I freeze my tomatoes, this is the step that I don't have to worry about doing, okay? So, because, you know, when they defrost, the skins just peel right off. But right now, I am processing all of these tomatoes, and one of the first projects that I'm gonna make today is I forgot to grab it. Let me go get it real quick. I'm gonna make some salsa, okay? So I'm gonna make some salsa. I didn't like that Zesty Garden salsa. If you guys like it, hey, that's good. Make it, okay? But I just didn't like it. In fact, what I'm doing today, what I used up is, of course, we got chili going because it's game day. And I just got it in the Dutch oven because I forgot to set everything out so we could slow cook it. So anyways, I put that salsa in there instead of the Rotel. I did that, so we're not wasting it, and it's working out good. But out of this canning book, I'm doing what's called the simple house salsa, all right? And what I like about this is there's variations that you can do. So, you know, you can use canned tomatoes for this as well, which is nice. And then you can also make it into like a chipotle salsa, where you substitute 3 finely chopped drained canned chipotle peppers in adobo sauce for the hot pepper sauce. This does call for hot pepper sauce. It also calls for 2 cups of chopped seeded red and or green bell peppers. But it also states in here that you can supplement some of the green bell peppers with jalapenos. And that's exactly what I plan on doing. I do plan on using some of my bell peppers, which I got some that need processed, and I got some of my jalapenos that I'm gonna put in this. So it does have a little bit of a kick to it. I don't want a mild salsa, I want a medium salsa. But so far, this looks like it's going to be what I've been wanting. I don't know how I missed this one last time, but you know, it calls for salt, cumin, pepper sauce, sugar, dried oregano, cilantro, bell peppers, tomatoes, cider vinegar, garlic, and onions, okay? So I have all of that. And then what I'm gonna do is we'll water bath can that today. But just to show you, since I've got this rolling, I'm gonna bring you in a little closer so you can see my water's kind of boiling because I've already been processing some tomatoes. So, but sorry if there's a lot of sunlight. It's just a beautiful day, and we like to have the windows open, is what we like to do. So, if you can see, so it's kind of foamy. That's just because of the tomatoes. But I'm just gonna gently drop these tomatoes in. I don't want to burn myself in the water. So I got them in, and then I will just set my timer for 3 minutes, and then I take them out and I'll put them in the ice bath. Is what I'll do, and they'll come back up to a boil here. But yeah, that's just the basis. That's it. So right now that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna finish processing all these tomatoes and get my stuff all chopped up, and then when I got everything all together, we'll make some salsa today, guys. Woo woo. Okay, guys, I've got all my ingredients ready to go. I've got 10 cups of chopped tomatoes, 2 cups of a mix of jalapenos and bell peppers. I've got 1.5 cups of onion, and 1 tablespoon of chopped garlic. So the first thing, and I've got my jars in the canner ready to go, my lid's all washed. So the first thing I need to do is, in the saucepan, combine onions, garlic, and vinegar and bring that to a boil. I went ahead and I got my pan turned on. I'm just gonna dump everything in. So, and by the way, guys, I mean, I did all this preparation while I was watching the game, in which we won, by the way. Almost another shutout. Oh, so close. And it's amazing on, you know, watching a team that you love just get better and better all the time. So I went ahead and I just did all of this during the game. So I did measure out. I do have enough tomatoes left over that I can do another double batch like I did the other day of the pasta sauce. And I have enough out in my freezer right now to make a double batch. So that's pretty exciting. So I'll get some good quarts, you know, another, what did we get? 5 quarts and a pint out of that last time. So I am super excited for that. So now we're just gonna let this come up to a boil. I've got my cilantro chopped up. Well, I think I do. I'm gonna measure it out here real quick just to make sure. It says loosely packed cup of the cilantro, and man, I'm good. I actually got out the perfect amount. But yeah, today's just a big tomato processing day. More wonderful things to go on the shelf. So, and you know, the onion that I put in there, that was from my garden. That was onion that I grew. I'm excited about that. So some stuff, you know, like the oregano, that's all from my garden as well. So I got loosely packed cup of the cilantro. And so now I just gotta wait for that to come to a boil. I'm gonna use the one thing again. So I'm just gonna let this, stir this around. I probably could have gotten away with not using such a big pot, but I figured I was gonna need that for the pasta sauce, which I'm not gonna show you guys because we've already done a video on that one. Okay, so we will come back when that comes to a boil and add the rest of the ingredients. All right, guys? All right, guys, we're back. I got this up to a boil so you can see. All right, so now I'm going to dump in the tomatoes and the peppers. And then it says to return it to a boil. Get in there. It says to return this to a boil and cook for 3 minutes. So, okay, now it's starting to smell a little bit. I wasn't sure about that red vinegar. I mean the apple cider vinegar and the onions and garlic. That was a different smell. That's something I've never smelled before. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was one of those kind of like, what is that type of smells? But throwing this in, and I hope I did the right ratio of peppers. Jalapenos. A lot of them I did not seed or whatever, and I'm sorry that it's so bright. The sun is just shining. Maybe if I close the front door, that'll help out. So, okay. Gonna bring this back up to a boil and we'll cook it for 3 minutes and then we'll be back. All right, guys, we're back. I've got 1.5 teaspoons of ground cumin in here, and now it's calling for a tablespoon of dried oregano. So I'm just dumping all of this into a container just to make it a little bit easier to deal with. My countertop is so full. I've got a crock pot with meatballs in it. Meatballs. I got the chicken mozzarella meatballs from Sam's Club. They're really, really good. I browned them up and then I threw them in a crock pot with our canned tomato sauce, pasta sauce. I used the little pint jar, and since it's game day, we're doing a little bit of appetizers, you know, with the chili. 1.5 teaspoons of salt. So here's 1 teaspoon, and here's a 1/2 teaspoon. Now see, that last recipe that I did, that last salsa, it didn't call for salt. And so I think that was part of some of the problem. If I was to ever make it again, I would add salt into it. And then sugar. How much granulated sugar? 1 tablespoon. So I think the sugar is just to kind of help balance the acidity of the tomatoes. So, and then I also wanted to show you, this is my bowl of tomato skins that I got from the 20 pounds of tomatoes that I processed. I'm going to throw these on the dehydrator. The powder that I made earlier, some of that was so sticky, I went ahead and I just threw it all, I threw the last of it back in the dehydrator for a little while. So I'm gonna, once I get this kind of needing to settle down, I'm gonna go check on that. Where do I want to put my lid? Okay, hopefully that doesn't fall down. Okay, so now I've got to add in tomatoes, peppers. Oh, and that, I forgot to tell you, on the onion and garlic and vinegar, you got to let that boil for 2 minutes, okay? So now I'm going to add in the all the dry spices, and then we're going to add in our cup of cilantro. So then I'm just going to give this a good stir. See if I can get you guys in to see this. Little steamy. Oh man. Okay. Now that's starting to smell like what I want. Yes, it is. I really want to take a taste test, because before I can it all up, you know, I want to take a taste test and I want to see, do I need to add more sugar, cumin? You know, is there something else? Because when it comes to dried spices, you can add more, okay? But when it comes to fresh, you can't. I do have dried cilantro though. So now we gotta, says reduce heat and boil gently, stirring occasionally just until peppers are tender, about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna give this about 3 minutes. I'm gonna do a little tiny taste test, and we will see if I need to add anything else inside of it. Okay, so we will come back. Okay, so it's been 3 minutes. I'm gonna do, I don't want any of the stuff. I'm just gonna do a little quick taste of the liquid just to see.
Taste of the liquid.
Sorry, Sammy's downstairs. She doesn't know I'm recording right now.
Okay, I got laundry soap.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, at first I thought you were
That's gonna be.
I'm gonna taste of the liquid, like the laundry soap.
Oh. I sent her shopping downstairs to go get laundry soap because, of course, this house is full of endless laundry. Anyways, that's got. Maybe I should have took some of the seeds out of the jalapenos. That's got a kick to it. So that's like between medium and hot right there. So I'm glad I didn't add the hot sauce in. I don't think it needs to have that at all. I do feel a little bit more salt is needed into this. So I think I might just add a tablespoon of salt, and we'll see if that makes a difference. So we'll see if that makes a difference. Kind of get it mixed around really good. The peppers probably need about maybe 2 more minutes of cooking. So, but the cumin's on point. The tomatoes, oh, those are such good tomatoes. Oh man, but yeah, the cilantro, I can taste the cilantro in there, so that's good. I don't taste the sugar. So I think the sugar was just to help cut the acidity of tomatoes, which acidity of tomatoes doesn't bother me because I love tomatoes. So I'm not one of those that it really bothers, but I wanted to follow the recipe. So, and I knew I could add more dry spices if I needed to. But I do also know that after canning, it will, after, you know, when it sits on your shelf for a month, it will intensify and the flavors will kind of mellow out and blend more together as well. But I'm gonna grab another spoon. Don't want to double dip because I might share this with people. Okay. There we go. Just that tablespoon of salt, definitely, or teaspoon, sorry. Teaspoon of salt, definitely hit it. So I'm gonna set the timer for 2 more minutes and then we're gonna get this jarred up, okay, and thrown into the canner. So excited. All right, so we're back now. Don't mind the music in the background, it's my husband playing. So, gonna get these jars out, just a few at a time, just a couple at a time. I don't want them getting too room temperature, as you know. So, and then it calls for this to go to 1/2-inch headspace, okay? So I'm trying to get to where you guys get hot jars. Okay. Just gonna give this a stir. And I'm not gonna strain it or anything. It doesn't call for that. I'm just gonna grab ladlefuls and throw them in till we hit the 1/2-inch headspace, which I can never remember. Goes all the way up to this little top part here. So I really love this funnel because it makes it so much nice. So I'm gonna stop right there because I think I got definitely more than a 1/2 inch. Oh, yeah, I did. You know what I'm gonna do? Just dump this. Sorry guys, I got a little excited there. But yeah, this salsa, I think it's what we're looking for, guys. I think it's it. Now, gotta debubble here, get rid of the air pockets, and then as always, we always double check our headspace. So now, whoops, there, now I took out too much. So we'll just there we go. All right, and then we just wipe off the rim. Put the lid on. And then fingertip tight. You know, you don't want to screw it on too tightly, but look at that jar. Isn't that beautiful? So exciting. So, okay. Now we'll just, we'll get this one up. So the tomatoes were coarsely chopped. It said coarsely chop the tomatoes, and everything else it said to, just to chop. So I did dice the peppers a little bit finer, and the onion not as severe as the tomatoes. So, but all right, there we go. So, and I used the vinegar to do my rings. And then we process this after it comes to a rolling boil 15 minutes, so that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I'll take 15 minutes, but I'm just gonna carefully put these in. I do not want hot water splashing on me. So we all know how bad that hurts. Okay. But I'm going to finish getting these jarred up and we'll process them. I don't think, you know, we've already done the taste test, so I don't think you need to see me pull them out. And as you know, I'm gonna let them completely cool overnight, and then I will wash them, label them, and put them on my shelf. So, and I am excited that I finally found a canned salsa that I actually like. I just, you know, some of these are just so sweet and flavored to me, and I'm not a sweet salsa kind of a person. I don't like sweet salsa. But I do want to thank you guys. Get down to your level here a little bit. And there's Sammy. I want to thank you guys for coming along with me. So I hope you try this house salsa out. And, you know, I mean, like I said, there's different variations, you know, so that's really cool. I like that. The only thing I just didn't add in was the hot sauce, but that was only because when I tasted it, the peppers, the jalapenos I put in were enough. And again, I wanted a medium salsa. I didn't want, you know, mild or too hot. So I got it at just the right heat for me. But thank you guys for coming. Please don't forget to subscribe. I will play some videos here for you guys for in between my next video that comes out. And stay tuned because I have an even bigger project to take on that I am scared. I am excited. I don't know what I got myself into, but it was one of my dreams to do for this year. So stay tuned and God bless and live your life to the fullest.